Oh boy. Sorry guys. A little discombobulated this morning. Um, need my morning coffee. I haven't worn this watch in a while. It's my Beauvais from about late 30s, 1940s. That's a mono retropont, and it's sort of fun to wear every now and then. The weather's turning warm, and we'll go from heater to air conditioner. Well, let's see what you guys are up to. Okay. Hey, Geezer, Stefan, Clyde the Watch Wrangler got back from watching a nippy fight on Rich Buddy's stream. Huh. Okay. Abdul, how are you? Paul. Hey, KK Chrome, Kevin. Um, let's see what's going on. Hi, Paul. Geezer. Hey, Tom. Okay. Sorry, I sort of got hi Williams watches. Uh, we're fighting like cats and dogs. Okay, I thought there was a title. Working out is next watch. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Okay, doke. Boy, you guys have been buddies. Hi ZL, how you doing? Max, Tennessee Mike, how are you? How are you? Boy, it's early there in Tennessee. Flippin' Zippo, how's it going? Well, uh, I thought would be an interesting topic today. We could talk about thinking about the next watch, and what I've been thinking about for the next watch has been the one I hope that we can make our retrograde minutes with the jumping hours. And when was it? Thursday evening, I'd sent another email to Aganor to Nicholas Vitarek. Haven't heard back from him yet, so we'll see what happens. And but in the meantime, I thought, well, maybe because I haven't been spending any money because I'm figuring, okay, I'll spend it all on this next one. This will be sort of a next watch kind of thing, and it's been saving because there's nothing else to do, you know. So thanks, Geezer. And so this is what happens when you leave the classroom unintended. It's not a classroom. This is just a bunch of reprobates talking about watches. Oh man. Okay, whiskey day. Where did that come from, Kevin? Oh, let's see. All righty. Let me ask you guys something, and I already know the answer to some extent. Um, I've sort of taken Aylonga off my list because there were so many other ones that are on my list. But I wanted to get I mean, there's so many. If I had, for example, the difference between oh, someone says, well, here's an Aylonga for X amount, and here's a Stefan Kadoki for half that price. I probably would go for the Kadoki from Dresden. The same thing with a Rolf Lang or a Lang and Hein. And this summer sometime, Marco Lang is going to be launching his new company, his new watch company. It's called Marco Lang. None of this other stuff. So I am like minutes away from pulling the trigger on a Christopher Ward C9 moon phase. Interesting 2836 mod and spectacular moon. Yeah, they do have a neat moon phase, don't they? Hey, Tanzil, how you doing? Anyway, I just wanted to get your. What do you guys think of Aylongas? I mean, you like them? 1966 Junon sounds nice. That does sound nice. Um, hey, Paul. I picked my Moser over a Longa. I blame you. That's what. See, what all you got to do, Paul. If you get in trouble with your wife, apparently I'm the guy to blame. Well, he made me do it. I, I, I don't know. It's sort of like a friend of mine, this a watchmaker, former GPHG judge. He used to be so high on Aylonga. I started, like I better get an Aylonga. But after a while, he said, they haven't been doing anything really new. And and I went and I was looking at the laying in hindsight, and this guy's got like 8 or 9 different movements. Wow, and they're interesting ones. There's a remontoire. There are a lot of other things too. The only problem with it is that the prices are just crazy high. And looking at an A Longa, I'm thinking, which one would be there? I get, and there are a lot I like, but most of them are ones I already have in the sense that like a dress watch, a 18, what is it, 18 something or other, or what's another one they have that I like? The Lang, it's called the Longa something or other. I mean, there are a lot of them I like, but I got, well, I already got that. I got the FP Jorn, or I got the Beauvais, or I got the Langenheim, or I got another Watts or Moser. And what do I need an Aylonga for? And the thing is that I haven't found one. Boy, I gotta have that watch. There's something about it that I really like, and it's not their fault. It's my collection. Hey, Airtoad, what's up? Hi, Raj. Let's see. So, what do you guys? What's on your mind? Hey, Blaine Cole, Aylonga and Son don't make any watches in my price range. Well, there's that too. Hey, Flippin' Zibble, uh, can be our scapegoat. All right. You had to get that in. Okay. Dufour examined Aylonga and said that the Germans are beating us at our own game. Yeah, he did. And in fact, he said he thought the best watch, what he called the best serial made watch. That's sort of an interesting term that he used. He said the best serial made watch is the Aylonga datograph. Where's that datograph of his all over the place? And okay, that's very high praise. But it's not so much that; it's more like I can afford it, and if I can't afford it, there's like 10 other watches I'd rather have. That's usually the thing with Aylonga and me, because I do like them. I look at those things and man, those are well made, and they're I like the styles and so forth. But I thought, man, if I had that much money, then I could get something else. And that's usually what it comes down with Aylonga. I just was curious as to what you guys thought. Hi, Kaz. Speaking of which, uh, Aylonga, Chopek. Chopeks are great deals. Kaz has too many of them. You shouldn't have more than one, Kaz. But those are really nice watches, especially for the money. Um, Found one box of German Mucilage. A box of German Mucilage. Oh man. Oh yeah, the Zeitwerk. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Zeitwerk's really nice. Um, no sharing. Okay. Opposite. Let's see. Uh, Look at the Glashütte original. Deserve a poor man's longer rep warp. Yeah. Tenzi always said that Longa was a brand that everyone talks about, but no one actually buys. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm trying to think who. I see him show up every now and then. Look at my on Facebook or something. But that's a good point, Clyde. Oh boy, another one on order. Oh man, there's the man from Chapek. You think I'm a bad influence? Mike Margolis apparently is even a worse influence. on both Mosers and Chopeks. It's an in theory watch. Yeah, Cole. Okay. All right. Instead of like uh, nothing wrong with Aylonga. I think the prices are a tad high. I think the same thing is true of watch I really like are the Moritz Grossmann. Those are neat watches, but man, they're expensive. Um, and they're hardly any. I don't know a single person who has a Moritz Grossmann, and you know, the thing of it is that I haven't seen one that man. I just really wish I had that watch. And the one I really, really would like to have is the that Van Cleef and Arpels. But if we're fortunate enough, I hope we'll be able to make our own, which is different. But really, what I'd like to have because I already have a dual timer, and having a retrograde minute with a jumping hour would check off two boxes because I don't have any jumping hours and I don't have any retrograde minutes. I got retrograde seconds and retrograde days of the week, but no retrograde minute. I think it'd be a cool way to look at the time too. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, Ines, something. How's it going today? Be careful around Tanzibia. He'll have you buying five identical paddocks. Oh, the paddocks I like. There's two of them I like. They're both gondolas. Well, actually, now there are three. There's that Calatrava. I think it's called a 6000G. That I like a lot. And I think it's a Calatrava, but it doesn't look like a Calatrava. It looks like a sports watch, and I really like it. I like the for a sports watch, I always keep coming back to the Vacheron Constantin Quadrilleux. Let's see what else. What are some ones you guys are thinking about? I buy Roto on the cheap with an old Gerald Genta. Airto, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Because I like those old Gerald Gentas with that. Will approve as long as they don't uh, can't tell them apart. Tanzil, you're catching it today. Oh man, paddock annual calendars feel undervalued. I don't know. The one that I do like for a calendar, every time I think about a calendar, I think about setting it, and I know I wouldn't do it. The one that I really like is that Vacheron Constantin Triple Calendar 1942. Now, that's one of their historique brands. It runs on the 4400, I think, which is like a long time winder. I always thinking about the same watch as JLC and Moser anything. Yeah, yeah, those are. Yeah, I'm the same way about the. Uh, I think it's the Geophysic True Second on the JLC. That's another one. See, I've got all of these watches sort of sitting in the background, like, what about me? And I got to, we got to take care of this one that we're working on together. So I got to sort of keep the money aside for that, and I can't go out and do anything rash in the meantime. So, not hearing exactly from Agenor sort of is like if he just said okay, yeah, here's the price and here it is for 5, 10, or so, whatever, and went ahead and sort of pulled the trigger immediately to get those, and then we got the rest of the process to go through, getting the case and getting the dial and uh the hands and so forth. Hey, Stack and Zerps, can you refer a decent tourbillon movement for a watch I'm building? 36 millimeter case. Stack and Zerps, I tell you, I'm the last guy to ask about tourbillons because I really don't know anything about them, and um I don't know. I just don't have a desire to have one, and I suppose that Man, I tell you, I don't know how you would integrate a tourbillon. I mean, a whole tourbillon movement. Oh, I know. Yeah, stack and zerp. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, I think there's a Chinese version, and I think it's by C. There's C. Oh no, even better. This is check out my guy in Hong Kong, Perpetual. If you go to Perpetual Watches, they have some great buys on tourbillons. I don't know if they'll sell you a tourbillon movement though, so that's something you might want to inquire about. And but see, I think they buy them from Siegel or somebody, so that's something you might want to check out. Patek Gondola versus um, Parmigiani Calpa. Well, I can say this right away. Um, I like Calpas and I like gondolas. For the money, you get a lot more with a Calpa, I think, because you can get them for like I don't know, you can get them for around 3,000, I think. But your lowest gondola is going to be 10 if you can find one for that. So if you're looking at the watches, the other thing that I like about Parmigiani, we're dealing with a living watchmaker. You don't know who makes a Patek. Some guy who just graduated from Warsaw, for all you know. They're good watches. They're great watches, and I like them. But yeah, okay. Why not start with 64.97.98? Uh, is um yeah, that's true for making watches, but I think um the question was making a something or other, a tourbillon. Hey, fella, wrong. What's wrong? Eh, what's going on up here? Um, yeah, so stacking Zerps. I'm assuming you've made other watches, and like Clyde said, a 64.97 or 98 is, great watch movement to start with. And speaking of which, here's mine, or here's one, one sort of belong something for a relative who I can't think of getting a present for. Let's see. Uh, I looked at the mice singer and was tempted, but then I thought if I wanted to boil an egg, I'd have to get my seagull. You don't want to. That'd be rough boiling an egg with a mice singer, a meister singer. Oh, let's see. Okay, what's going on here? Um, Now that they're in the wild and go for insane prices. What is, something steel cases. Okay. Hey, Rich, buddy, what do you think of a manual wind perpetual calendar watch? Man, I mean, well, that Moser perpetual calendar is amazing. Did you know that thing about the, I always really liked the Moser perpetual calendar, mainly because Mike Margolis one day showed me how to set the thing. Wow, that's easy. I can do that and wind it up and have a perpetual calendar. But what I didn't realize, that thing had won a Grand Prix award for the most complicated watch, which I thought was really interesting. I mean, there are a lot of different prizes you can win at the Grand Prix, but the most complicated is a big one. I mean, that's like because every heavy hitter goes out there with, showing up their some real piece of real masterpiece of watchmaking. So, what do I think of a perpetual calendar? The only one I really think about as perpetual calendar is the Moser. For annual calendar, the one I really like is that it's called a three something, I think, is the one by Vacheron Constantin, the Easter Reeks 1942. triple calendar. That's the one I like for an annual calendar. For a perpetual calendar, though, I just I just don't the subtlety of the way they did the perpetual calendar on a Moser I really like. My only thing about Moser, and I've been trying to stem my diet for the sake of a lot of things, mostly my my savings, is that I've got two Mosers and I wear them both a lot. And another one, I don't know if I need another one, even though I like them. I mean, same with FP Jorn. I've got two very different FP Jorns. I love to wear them. And a third one, uh, a Remontois Egalite that I would take on. But by and large, I've decided I'm just going to have two. I'm not going to go more than two of any brand. The only one that I have more than two of, oddly enough, is Beauvais. I have this one. I have right here. I've got this one, and then my wife has one that I got her for her anniversary. So we got three Beauvais, and I like them all. But I can wear two of them. It looks silly wearing my wife's, I guess. I'm saving for an Omega SMP 300. I have more than half the money put back. That's good. I mean, the thing of it is that I like about saving money is not being tempted to see something that's a really good buy. Oh, I'll just get this, and it's not gonna put much of a dent. But boy, I really want to have it. There's this really neat, simple. In fact, I think I had it on the last video. Is this moon phase by Mont Blanc, and it's got a Salida 200-1 in it. It's the one that I had, and I was looking at that thing. I thought that's a pretty good buy. It's a shop worn for like $1,600, and it was originally 4,700. And so here you have a pretty cool watch, and of course, Mont Blanc was had a sort of their own fanciful name for a Salidas SW 200-1. The triple calendar is not an annual. Oh, it's not? Oh, I thought it was an annual calendar. Oh, rats. Do you buy your watches new or pre-owned? Both. Uh, this one was new old stock. This one was pre-owned. This one I got new. This one is pre-owned, and this one I got brand new. So it's just whatever they are. Um, some watches, if I can, I prefer to buy them new. It's like a car. You never know what you're gonna get until you drive it about 5,000 miles. That if there's gonna be a problem, that's when you're gonna get it. Ah, let's see. ZL Star Legacy Moon Phase. The Star Legacy ZL. They have this is another temptation I have. It's a Star Legacy travel watch. Back in 2012, it won a Grand Prix award for the maybe it was for the travel category for one of them, which really surprising because I think at the time they were using ETAs. Uh, Stefan, you like their pins. You like Mont Blanc pins. I the pins I like for a fancy pin. I like the Pelican, which I think is a German pin, and then also the Waterman, which is I think French. And then I like Parker. Parker makes really good pins. Did I don't know what this one is. Anyway, um, JLC Master Calendar, triple but affordable. Hey, Tim Wrangler in the house. Yes, he is. So's Tim. What difference between the annual versus triple complete calendar? I've read about them, so I'm confused. An annual calendar is that you don't have to uh, jigger up the months every, the days every month. Um, that's what I know. A triple calendar simply has three readings, as far as I know. The VC56 actual calendar. Tim, that's a nice one. Now that's where you have the actual calendar on that 56. Now that's with the soup to nuts in-house movement. Dunhill pin. Yeah, those are nice. You know that Dunhill watch that I got with the uh, Jacquet 736. That turned out to be a really nice one. Of course, my wife got it, but it still was nice. I had it for a while. Needs setting in February. It's correct for 30 and 31 months. Ah, okay. And that's something. Thank you. Japanese fountain pens are great. They are. They're really nice. I've seen a lot of, places like Shop One and some of these other places have some very tempting fountain pens. I like fountain pens. And I sort of switched this one. This is, I think, is my Parker. And I switch it off with my Waterman. I could easily become a pen collector again. I used to do that, but gotta never go into the Japanese stuff, ZL. Never got into the Japanese stuff. See, I think that triple shows the day, date, and month, right, but doesn't know 31, 30, 29, 28 days of the month. Annual knows the 31 and 30, but not February. Complete calendar is most likely an annual. Okie doke. Um, hey, Thomas. Uh, the Miki is the best. All right. Um, my opinion, believe your penmanship was made for a word processor. Yeah, same here. For some reason, I can write better with a fountain pen. I mean, more legibly, and I don't know why. Maybe because I slow down some with a ballpoint. I'm trying to write as fast as I think, and as things don't look too good. I was looking for a Corna watches. Looks like a great watch, even with the Myota movement. Abdul, that would be a very, very cool watch to have. Uh, I forgot what they sold for originally, but now they're selling for $3,000 or something, which I think is like triple what it was. Osaka came out with Ahsoka Jaime's Ahsoka, something like that. Anyway, he came out with that, and they were just sold in Japan, and they were a very low amount, and they sold them out almost immediately. And now I see them on eBay for three times or four times what they paid for them. Sort of a Bitcoin watch, if you will. Hey, Paul, what's up? Sterling is falling, makes shopping in the EU dear anywhere else, and VAT and import duties are prohibitive. Been chasing it overseas too, but it's getting away from me. Doggone it. I remember the days when Archie used to collect fountain pens, the days when he used to shout Monty, Monty, Monty. I remember when he used to talk about some really interesting watches too. Um, I write better with a fountain pen, also because I slow down. I seem to take my time and make effort. Yeah, I'm the same way with a fountain pen. I don't know why. Jaime Soka, that's right, everybody. The next one comes in a few days. Ooh, what are you getting, Abdul? Ooh, the Ming 2701. That's another one that's amazing. Wow. The Ming 2701 sold out in 5 minutes after going up. Wow. Jaime is very low production numbers. He is very low. Um, and but see, his production numbers are very low because what he does is so exacting, and you can't do it fast. And so, I mean, it's sort of Richard and Marie harboring. They don't have the kind of finishing and so forth that Ahsoka has, but they're keeping it slow and steady and making really great watches. Yeah, the thing of it is though, I don't think I wouldn't mind having one of those. What are they called? Karunas. I wouldn't mind having a Karuna at all. I don't know. Somehow I bristle at the fact that, you know, people bought them and are, jacking up the prices. Uh, Maintenir. Okay. Caravan de Arc Pen, gray ink. Myota Movement was just a cheaper brand series, not a true Jaime Soka, not at all. No, if you like his stuff for the complete watch, I I think it's sort of like getting a print of a Picasso. You can did the design and they knocked out as many as he allowed them to, and then dropped in a Myota on it. So it's like a print. His handmade watches are a different story, totally amazing. They are, and they're still a pretty good buy. Um, while he's around, while he's making them. You know what Dufour did though? You talk about a guy who made the perfect exit. He, I think he decided that after he left something, he said, okay, he's going to make his own watches now. And he made the singularity and a duality. He made X amount. He says, okay, I'm not making anymore. And that's all she wrote. And those watches have just gone up and up and up and up, mainly because of their scarcity, not even though they're really wonderful watches. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, guys, my time is up. And thank you all for coming today. I always go away learning something from some of the wisdom that you guys have, even if you don't realize it's wisdom. All right. Take care. And I'm hoping to hear something pretty soon about the Agonor. As soon as I do, I'll let everybody know. Bye for now.